Imagine wandering through a peaceful national park, the air filled with the sound of rustling leaves and chirping birds. Suddenly you hear something, a loud snort, deep and guttural. You turn around and lock eyes with one of nature's most majestic but unpredictable creatures, the bison. Weighing up to 2,000 pounds and capable of running over 35 miles per hour, these massive animals might look harmless on postcards, but in the wrong circumstances, they become forces of nature you do not want to mess with. Today, we're diving into 5 of the worst bison attacks ever recorded. As spectacular as they are, bison can be incredibly dangerous, especially if provoked or underestimated. Sit tight and brace yourself for these harrowing stories. But before we dive into the action, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us here at Creature Planet, where we explore the wild wonders of nature. Now let's get started. Our first story takes us to Yellowstone National Park, the epicenter of wildlife tourism in the United States, and ground zero for countless bison encounters gone wrong. This one involved an unsuspecting couple getting way too close to a herd of bison in an open meadow. They were visiting on vacation, thrilled at the chance to photograph these towering beasts. As fate would have it, one of the bison decided it didn't appreciate them invading its space. Without warning, the animal charged at the man who tried to dodge, but was struck full force. Witnesses described the impact as earth-shaking, a one-ton creature slamming into a human body. The male visitor went airborne and landed hard on the ground. Miraculously, he survived with fractured ribs and a concussion, but the bison didn't leave just yet. It redirected its attention to the woman who froze in terror. Park rangers later said her decision to not run saved her life. Instead, she backed away slowly until the irritated animal lost interest. Both of them learned firsthand why Yellowstone has strict rules recommending visitors stay at least 25 yards away from bison. Our second story is a stark warning for those who like jogging in nature. In 2020, a woman in South Dakota came face to face with a lone bison while trail running near Custer State Park. Startled by her sudden movement, the bison began snorting and pawing the ground. Instead of freezing or backing away, as experts advise, the runner panicked and sprinted downhill. This was a fatal error. Bison are deceptively fast, and this one wasted no time in chasing her down. It caught up and struck her with its powerful head, flipping her through the air like a rag doll. The force ripped her clothing and even broke a collarbone. But the most horrifying part? Her smartwatch recorded everything as her heart rate skyrocketed during the chase. She had to play dead to avoid further injury, lying still while the bison lingered near her prone body before finally wandering off. The woman was lucky enough to make a recovery after being rescued, but her story became a cautionary tale for outdoor enthusiasts everywhere. Here's proof that age doesn't exempt you from bison-related danger. In 2019, a 9-year-old girl visiting Yellowstone with her family learned how unpredictable wildlife can be. Her group had stopped to admire a bison herd from what they thought was a safe distance, but they weren't following park protocol. They got closer and closer, and as they moved around snapping photos, the herd's largest bull became irritated by the intrusion. It charged straight toward the little girl, who had been running circles around her family, oblivious to the warning snorts. The bull struck her with its head, launching her into the air as horrified bystanders screamed. To this day, the footage of this incident sparks shivers. Viewers watched in disbelief as the child tumbled through the air like a discarded toy. Another tourist captured the event on their smartphone, making headlines worldwide. Though the girl miraculously survived with minor bruises, this incident shook many tourists into realizing these are wild animals, not pets or zoo attractions. Our next story came dangerously close to tragedy in Theodore Roosevelt National Park, North Dakota. A wildlife documentary crew was filming bison up close, aiming to capture their grandeur and rugged beauty. They knew the risks, but figured they could rely on their vehicles to keep them safe. But here's what they didn't account for. Bison don't always need provocation. Sometimes they're unpredictable. End of story. As the crew set up their cameras, one lone bull suddenly turned toward them and began to charge. The sound was deafening. The groan of cameras scraping as they were dragged away and the thudding hooves of the angry bison. Everyone scrambled back to their vehicles, but one cameraman tripped on his equipment, leaving him directly in the bull's path. It rammed him with its head, knocking him against the side of the van. By sheer luck, the cameraman survived with a shattered leg and some bruises, but he confessed later that he'd underestimated what a bison could do even without visible provocation. These spine-chilling incidents remind us of one thing. While bison might look harmless in their natural habitat, they are anything but when provoked, startled, or approached too closely. Treat them with respect and understand that these creatures are powerful, wild, and unpredictable to their core. If you're planning a trip to any national park or anywhere bison roam, keep your distance. Trust us, 25 yards can mean the difference between awe-inspiring beauty and a hospital visit. We've shared some truly intense encounters. Always remember safety first when observing wildlife. Let us know in the comments which story shocked you the most, or if you've ever encountered bison on your own adventures. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to Creature Planet for more astounding tales from the wild. Stay safe out there.